Not gonna lie, it was weird. This movie starting and there's no Pixar short at the beginning. That was part of the experience. I didn't see one anyway. Maybe they'll put it in later. I just threw off my whole vibe. Soul. So Soul is the new Pixar film. The biggest Pixar film you will see on the TV. That's just the way it's gonna be for a while. It's on Disney Plus, stars Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey. Jamie Foxx plays Joe. He loves jazz, he wants to be a jazz musician. He's a middle school band teacher at the moment, but he has this big opportunity and then he dies. Which caught me off guard. I didn't know what the movie was about, because this is 2020. It's the year where I don't have to see trailers because I don't go to the movie theater. So I'm like, if I don't have to watch trailers, let's not go out of your way to watch trailers. So this is the year where I just have largely stayed out of trailers. I thought it was about a guy palling around with Casper. Turns out he dies. Down a manhole of all that. What a way to go. The point is, he doesn't want to go to the Great Beyond. He's not ready. And then he breaks through and goes to this other place, which is the Great Before, I believe they call it, which is where souls start out and they get prepped to go to Earth. Very LDS. Then he meets up with this soul who's the only soul smart enough to steer clear of Earth.
Don't worry, you can't crush a soul here. That's what life on Earth is for.
That is 22 knows what's up. Also, that's the best line in the movie. Shocked they showed it in the trailers. Like, trailer showed that one? So, all right, now we have a journey of self-discovery in which two people are going to, well, spirits, I suppose, are going to help each other find out about each other. And a story that goes straight to the soul. Well, that was a lot of setup for one video, but there's a lot to like about this movie. I mean, first of all, Jamie Foxx plays the voice of Joe. Tina Fey plays 22. I believe Tina Fey plays 22. Yep. All right, there you go. Anyways, it sucks when you get information wrong in a video because you're like, well, that's permanent. That's there now. But they did well together. They worked as a pair. I love the story of Joe because Joe's character is the one that asks the real question. Yeah, the entire time I was like, yeah, 22, Tina Fey's character. I agree wholeheartedly. Moving on to Joe. Granted, throughout the movie, 22 is going to get brainwashed into being convinced that she's wrong when she was completely right in avoiding Earth. God, what a downer this video. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a downer. I'm just saying, if you could hang out in some cosmic wonderlands, you know, given the choice of the two. But I really gravitated towards the story of Joe. You know, he's the guy who wants his shot, hasn't really gotten his shot. He has enough regrets in life. He wants to have that shot. Like, there are a lot of mature themes in this movie. Of the Pixar movies I can think of, this is probably the most mature. That's not to say, you know, sex, drugs, and rock and roll or anything like that. It's not like that. But in terms of the themes it's dealing with, it's just they're themes that, in my experience, kids don't really contemplate yet. I mean, they will eventually when they're no longer kids, when they're old enough to be adults who have possibly made the wrong decisions, or at least made decisions in their life that have provoked them years after the fact to reflect on their lives and wonder, hey, did I make the right decision there? You know, you have to be old enough to have made monumental decisions in your life enough to where you possibly have regrets. That's really the demographic of the movie Soul, in which case that's probably its greatest strength and maybe its biggest weakness. More of a strength than a weakness for me, because I connected with that, you know, because we all think about that stuff. There were a lot of takeaways I had in this movie that made me think back to actually a conversation I had with my dad a couple days ago. We was talking, because my dad's really talented in music and electronics. He made electronics his career because that paid the bills when he was married and had kids. But he was talking about how if he was given the choice, he would have stuck with music more. But if he had made his hobby his career, would he have gotten sick of it? Because at a point he kind of got burned out on electronics. But music is still his passion to this day. So would that be the case if he had made music his career? I don't know, but these are the takeaways I had from Soul, and they're actually pretty monumental for me. I don't even know if that's an intended takeaway, but it was for me. So that's what matters. There's actually a great parable, lesson, monologue in here that really put that into perspective very well. But again, it's one of those things that I don't think kids are really going to connect with. It's good to have, so they have that lesson to reflect back on. But for the sake of this movie, they're probably going to be like, I really dig the part where the person and the cat are palling around and it's a person-cat buddy movie. And Pixar's always had themes that hit with adult and kids. You know, they're family movies in the sense that parents can take their kids to these movies and not want to leave. You know, they're not like, I'm here for the kids, I hope they're having fun. No, adults can lock in and be like, wow, I really like that, and I took away something from it. But this might be the Pixar movie where adults are like, oh wow, that's profound stuff. And kids are like, I want to watch cartoons. The deeper themes in this movie might go over their heads because they're just not there yet. I also like the parts where it deals with people in that trance state, you know, the state in between states. Basically the people you think are hippie crazies, and it's like, what if they've just figured it out? This being a Disney Pixar movie, they could not have Joe Rogan on any substances in here, but if it wasn't a Disney Pixar movie, he would have been. I promise. In the end, I really dug Soul. I heard, like, you know, everyone cries at the end of this movie. I didn't cry, which made me feel like a hardened, horrid human. Folks, look at my face. I'm just here now. But it was a really touching movie. I really dug it. It's a touching character film and a relevant human film. Just in terms of the philosophies of life and how to live and how to see your life, your talents, your calling in life. That's an important thing in a world where the questions on such matters seem to grow exponentially. The questions grow, the answers are fewer, and what to do. This is a movie that attempts to give you a good philosophy to look at, and I appreciate it. And I was entertained. You know, if I could have both, that's ideal. But it's another win for Pixar, what can I say? Soul's definitely worth watching and worth buying on Blu-ray, even though you can watch it on Disney+. Do I have to change that? I don't know, it just seems like more of a firm answer than worth streaming on the service you probably already have. All right, so Soul, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.